Hey all, welcome back. In this video I want to show you how the different Pokemon selling platforms compare to each other. In my case I list my cards on different platforms, which are Cardmarket, which is the largest marketplace in Europe for Pokemon cards. Then Shopify, which is an own online shop where you can just list your cards however you want. It's your own store and shop. And then also eBay. In my case, it is not eBay because I sell in Switzerland and eBay is very small here. So I can not show my numbers for eBay, but from a comparable site, which is called Ricardo. And I think it's comparable to eBay. Maybe eBay is a bit larger and the sales volume would be higher. But let's just see how my numbers look. And we will do this focused on my case. I have a store, an online shop, and I sell on all these platforms. So let's get started and see how my numbers look and how the platforms compare to each other. Okay, on this side, we just see right now my numbers from this year. So we start at January 1st and we go to 8th of May, which is today. And you can see my revenue was $8,000 until now. And my profit was $1,500. Here we have also like the fixed costs included, which are very high. This is a large percentage from my revenue, which goes away. And we sold already 2,800 cards this year and got nearly 500 orders, which is not so bad. So let's see first revenue. We see Shopify is the largest one with $3,200. Then Ricardo, which is here the equivalent for eBay in this case, is $3,000. So they are nearly the same size. And then Cardmarket, you can see, is $1,300. CardTrader is another platform. I do not go into detail here because I will also stop selling there, but I will mention this in my monthly update video. So if you're interested also in my progress, I show you always the number every month. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. So now the profit, we can also compare later on which is the best for this. And I would say let's directly go into the single views. So we can just check Shopify first. And we can here see the profit is now a bit different from what we saw before because I do not account all the fixed costs in it. I only account here the Shopify store costs in it. And so the numbers might be different, but it's really comparable. And you can see amount 1,400 cards. These are the most cards which I sold per platform. But I only get like 26 orders. So we see every order have a massive amount of cards within it. And this is especially the case if you have like an own online shop. They just buy more cards from you to just reach the minimum order value. I do not have one, but usually the customers buy then for a higher amount and buy also more cards. This is a huge advantage of using Shopify or your own online shop. But as you can see, the number of orders is very low. This is the problem because you have to get every customer to your site, which is harder than to just let eBay do the job, which have a huge site ranking and eBay is everywhere. So they do the job for you and get the customers to your site. For Shopify, you need to do this by yourself, which is very hard and expensive if you want to do it right. Now let's take a look at the order size average order size. So it's like 54 in this case cards, and the order value over $100, 124, which is also very huge. And compared to how much bulk cards we sold 900 bulk cards and 470 singles. I think I just have bulk cards defined as below 180. So if it's like below this value, it's bulk, and everything above is a single card defined. I have a minimum value for single cards, so like EX cards, V cards, and everything else, which is above it from rarity, which I can count then as single cards. And regarding the amount, you can see it also compared here. Okay, now let's take a look at Shopify in my admin view. So we can see here all my orders which I received this year. And as you can see, also the values here are very high. I think the lowest is like 11 here once, but you can see often it's 30 or 50. And then sometimes you get like above 100. This is Swiss franc, so compared to dollar, it's a bit higher then. That's why the number was higher in dollar. And one was even 320, which is very huge. And from time to time we get like 200, 260, 190, 200. So you can see the order sizes are Yeah, very high. And also the amount of items here, like 150 cards, I think also many bulk cards, or like 120 cards sometimes, 130, and most of the time like above 10 at least, or in the 20s. And this is clear sign for your own online shop if the numbers are just higher than on other platforms. This is like how I do it on the front end on Shopify. You can just style it your way. And these are the single cards, so you can have like Pokemon singles. Then bulk cards I have here, like 4,000. These are the lower value ones. And I also separated per Pokeball cards and Master Ball cards, and also Pokemon oversized cards. This is how I do it right now. I want to add like PSA cards maybe later on, or Japanese cards, but just for the coming months. And right now I have just these categories. Okay, now let's continue to the next thing. So we keep in mind 3,200 revenue, 1,200 profit for this, and 1,400 cards sold. Now let's see how eBay does. In this case, Ricardo, because I do not have eBay numbers. We can see only 200 cards are sold, but we got 200 orders, meaning we got 1 card per order. And yeah, I think I got some orders which I do not track here. I think we have like auctions, they are not included. But I just do regular like the single sales, and nearly every time they only buy like 1 card from Ricardo. Or also, I think it's the same for eBay. Maybe for eBay it's a bit higher because they have like a bit more optimized website to buy also like more from one seller. And you have like your own storefront, or you can build up this, and so it's better. Ricardo do not have this, so I think on eBay it would be a bit easier to get also like multiple sales. Or you have like really a customer which buys often from you. I also have this, but most of the time they still only buy like 1 or 2 cards. I think in eBay it would be a bit better as on Ricardo, so keep this in mind as well. And profit, we got 800, which is very good also for the amount of cards, because these are only single cards here and not so many bulk cards, because I do not list the bulk cards because I'm limited on 550 articles on Ricardo, so I cannot use all of my cards. I just list then the highest value cards on it. And as we can see, average order size is nearly 1, and average order value is like $15 only. And coming to this, as I told you, no bulk cards here. We have all the revenue on single cards. Okay, now let's take a look at Ricardo. These are just my sold cards, and we can see here every time a different buyer of the card. And yeah, this is just how it looks like. 1 card per customer. I get like 2 on average, I think, per day right now, sales side. I get way more orders than on my own shop, as you saw. But the order value is just lower, and they only buy like 1 card. This is the huge difference between also your own store and using the marketplaces. Okay, now the next thing was Cardmarket, which is the largest store in Europe. And we see here also we sold over 1,000 cards. This is because on Cardmarket we have most of our customers buy bulk cards. We see 840 compared to 180 single cards. And so here the numbers for bulk are 300 and single cards only 700. This is also why our profit is still high, because bulk cards are nearly all profit. And so this is then in the profit, a higher profit margin, because you do pay like 2 cents or 3 cents per bulk card. And if you sell it then on the platform, I have also like a minimum value around about 25 cents. Or also 30 cents for holo cards. And this is also then a reason why we have still a good profit on Cardmarket, because of the bulk cards. And we can see 85 orders, so the average order value is nearly the same as on Ricardo, but we have like a higher order size because of the bulk cards which they include. Often I get like sales where I have like 10 bulk cards and then only like 1 or 2 X cards. Sometimes I only have like bulk orders where I have like 30 bulk cards, and then also I have sometimes like 1 or 2 normal cards or single cards, or sometimes also like 5. And this is just an average order on Cardmarket, I would say. And you can see What we did not take into account here right now for the comparison of these platforms is that we have also like a different fee we need to pay. On Cardmarket it's roughly 4.2% right now for me, and on Ricardo or eBay it is 8.6%. I think on eBay it's a bit higher. It could be like 10 to 11%, I think. Depend also on your country where you sell in. And Ricardo is a bit lower. I think, yeah, 8.6 in this case. We see it. And Shopify is the best because we only need to pay 3% like credit card fees or, yeah, depends on what the customer uses. I think credit card is the most expensive one, which is nearly 3%, or have like also a fixed value for each order, and then a variable fee, which is 2 point something, I think 2.8, I don't know. And this is the cheapest, so we saved also there a bit of cost if we sell on Shopify or on Cardmarket, and Ricardo and eBay are higher. And yeah, just for the comparison between our platforms. And we can also see like on our yearly view how they compare regarding the profit margin. We have 9.2% in total. And if we take like, for example, April to compare it for all the platforms, you can see we have like a margin of 30% on Ricardo. On Shopify it's 24%. I think this is here because we take into account the fixed cost from Shopify and we do not do it on the other platforms. So I think it should nearly be like the same. And or also a bit better usually. And then we have like Cardmarket, which is the highest because of the high bulk sales. And if we take a look on March, yeah, we can see here Shopify is the best and Ricardo is lower. So this is more than I expected. And I also think maybe we sold here a lot of bulk cards in this month on Shopify. And Cardmarket is still high, 40%. Yeah, it's always high. Okay, and this is just how the platforms compare. And I would suggest using all the platforms because Cardmarket is very good. You sell a lot of cards there. Also like eBay and Ricardo is very good because you have like the largest platform where most of the search traffic is. And then your own store is very good because you have very low fees. And also you can just do the website how you want to. And also, as you saw, the order size is way higher than on the other platforms. So this is also why I sell on all platforms. And to do this, to sell on multiple platforms, I use TCG Power Tools, and there all my stuff got synced over all platforms, because otherwise you would get like double spends. So where someone buy a card from Cardmarket and then a few minutes later on Shopify the same cards, and then it's not synced. So therefore you need like TCG Power Tools. They take care of it. I think it takes like a bit of time, so if it's like in the same minute, you will have the problem, but for me it's very rarely that this happens. And take like 20 minutes, I think, for most of the platforms to sync between everything. And so I would just recommend you to do this as well, to just use all the platforms. In the beginning it's hard for your own online shop because you do not have any customers at all. So I tried to always get my Cardmarket and Ricardo buyers also to my platform later on. Yeah, but the most still buy on Cardmarket or Ricardo. I hope this helped you if you want to sell also on multiple platforms, or you want to see which have which advantage and what are the cons of the other platforms. I hope this helped out and give you an insight also in my numbers. And one last thing, if you want to also use the page which I showed here for analytics and track your profits, you can just use my website for it. It's completely free. Just check it out and you can just import your sales data from the platforms here. So hopefully see you then in the next video.